What's going on, everybody? You guessed it, it is your boy Trey Sense. And we got a little bit of a review, a little bit of a discussion. You know how we do it here on the channel. Listen, I need a little something from you. I need you to like this video, I need you to share this video, and if you haven't already, I need you to sub to the channel. All that's free, won't cost you a thing. So, what I got for you today is 7 fragrances that I think are going to help you, control the room. What do I mean by control the room? I mean, when you walk in the room wearing one of these 7 fragrances, you're gonna be noticed. And the good thing about these fragrances is they're all budget friendly. Every last one of these fragrances are budget friendly. I think the most expensive on this list can be had for about 50 bucks. The cheapest one on this list can be had for $12 to $14. Hard to beat that, right? Let's go. The first one I want to talk to you about is from the house of Creo. And this is one that I've smelled on one of my coworkers. He wears it, and it was so funny because he came by me and we were just standing there wrapping the taste, and I said, "You got on that spice and black vanilla." He said, "Yeah." I said, "It's what I do, dog. It's what I do." So from the house of Creo, it is spice and black vanilla. And this one right here, a little bit of a spice balmy type of scent, not an exact duplicate of spice bomb, not the exact same, but it'll give you the same vibe. It'll put you in the same wheelhouse, and it's very simple, and it's just what it says. It's spices and vanilla. I don't know what black vanilla is, but you're definitely going to get a sweet, spicy sensation with this fragrance. Good smelling fragrance, lasts a good little while. I think I picked mine up at Ross or TJ Maxx or somewhere like that, maybe Marshall's, and it was like $14. I don't remember this. It seemed like it may have been in the box, but nonetheless, it was, man, that's strong. $12 to $14, but it's a good smelling fragrance. It's the type of fragrance it's gonna stand out. It's gonna stand out when you spray this home and you walk in. People are gonna notice you. Women are going to notice you, and the most important part is it is a budget-friendly fragrance. From the house of Creo, it is spice and black vanilla. Let's get an old school vibe out of the way. Good smelling fragrance, Barber Shop fragrance. Women of certain age absolutely love this fragrance, and it's from the house of Paul Sebastian, and it is Paul Sebastian's Fine Cologne. And this is a good smelling fragrance. It just works, especially if you're looking for that old school fougere barbershop type of vibe. The key to this fragrance is less is more. 2 or 3 sprays of this is all you're gonna need. It stays on your skin all day. If you wear this with a nice sweater and some khakis, or just slightly dressed up, it will go well with this fragrance. You'll appear to be put together, so to speak. Good smelling fragrance. I like it. I like what it does. I like the way it smells. And I think I got this in a gift set with the aftershave for 25 bucks. But from the house of Paul Sebastian, it is Paul Sebastian's Fine Cologne. This next one, I'm going to include it in this list. I've done some research on it. I don't really know. I got this fragrance for $14. I don't see a lot on this particular fragrance, so I was hesitant to put it on here, but since I got it for $14, I wanted to talk to you about it. And it's from the house of, well, I don't know what house it's from. It's just called Emerge. When I Google this fragrance, most of the time the one that pops up is Emerge Noir. This is not Noir. This is just Emerge. And what this fragrance right here is, this is a budget-friendly Tom Ford Fabulous is what you have with this. And it is very accurate. It is almost to the T. This is a parfum concentration. I want to say it was Bellevue Perfumes is what came up when I searched it. But then Bellevue takes you kind of down sort of, we'll say, a rabbit hole. Kind of takes you down a rabbit hole. But nonetheless, if you see this Emerge out, it will be on the less expensive side. It'll be $14 to $15. If you have to get it online, of course, if you have to buy any of these online, they're going to cost you a little bit more, meaning the milestone fragrances. So just a little disclaimer, I've got some milestones in here. If you pick these milestone fragrances up at TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, Burlington, places like that, they will be cheaper. If you have to get them online, they're going to be more expensive. Much is the case with this Emerge. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The Emerge Noir I saw for $110. No way I would pay that for it. It's not a lot of info out there about this fragrance. But what I'm gonna tell you is, if you see this fragrance stuck back somewhere at a Ross, at a Marshalls, or at a TJ Maxx, just sitting on the shelf, it's a Tom Ford clone. It's Tom Ford Fabulous, the budget way, and you might want to pick it up and save yourself a few dollars. It just smells good. Strong. It lasts a very long time. 2 to 3 sprays of this is all you need, and you are in the game. So from the house of, we'll just say Emerge, it is Emerge. This next one is from the house of Lattafa. And it is a banger of a fragrance. It is a monster fragrance. And this fragrance can be had, if you shop right, for $22 to $23. And it is no other than Lattafa's Assad. And this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And it is a great, great interpretation of Don't Bore Her, Dior Her Sauvage Elixir. Strong, resinous, smoky, powerful, ashy, rich, Middle Eastern, dark, sweet, sophisticated. I mean, just for the money that you pay for this, it's a really good fragrance. Now, if you don't like Sauvage Elixir, you're not gonna like this. That's all it is to it. If you don't like fragrances that are a little bit on the edge, you're not gonna like this. This is not for everybody. This is not an easy wear fragrance. This is not a warm weather fragrance. This is a certain occasion type of fragrance. But the objective here is to walk into the room, stand out, and to be noticed, and on a budget. And this will do the trick. From the house of Lattafa, it is Assad. Lattafa is slowly becoming one of my favorite houses. I mean, I'm just telling you. This one right here is another one that is just great. Listen to me now, believe me later on. And it is 1821 sweet tobacco, as they say in Alabama, tobacco. This is beautiful. Honey, tobacco, a little bit of a plum, a little bit of a spice, a little bit boozy. Woo. This one right here, this is right up my alley. This is a fastball. This is a strike right down the middle. Yeah, boy. As the boy Razor Raymond would say, yeah, man. That's good right there. That is nice. $50, around 50, 60 bucks is what you will pay for this. And it's good. And you see they got that right there. That's symbolizing the packaging that a cigar comes in, a stogie comes in. You know, I'm not a smoker. Not much of a drinker. Your boy just do fragrances. Fragrances and a little bit of fashion. That's what I do. I'm not a smoker. Never smoked any lettuce or any of that type of stuff. It just never was my thing. But if I was going to go to a cigar lounge and have a drink and pretend to smoke a cigar, I would hope to be wearing this and smelling like this, because it's just smooth, cool masculinity is what you got in this bad boy right here, and it is awesome. If it wasn't 80 degrees outside, I would wear this today. 1821 sweet tobacco. But this is one, man, you spray that on, you walk in the room, she's gonna notice you, he's gonna notice you, everybody gonna want to know who that dude is right there smelling like that, and you're gonna do it on a budget. All right, moving along. These next two are from the same house. They're both from the house of Milestone. They're both relatively inexpensive. I want to say I paid $12 to $14 for these. I can't remember. I'll take the sticker off. But the first one is so smooth and so seductive and so sexy. And it is from Milestone, and it is from the Velvet collection, and it is Ombre Sun. Nice little top, got a little velvet right there on it. And this is a very strong, potent fragrance as well. It does not take but just a mist, and these things come out in a great mist, great atomizer on the, look at that, perfect. That is nice. There, if I sprayed this, if you haven't smelled anything from Milestone, and I sprayed this from you, and I didn't tell you that this was Milestone, and you smelt this, there is no way you would think this was a $15 out of the box fragrance on the shelf at TJ Maxx or at Marshall's. There's no way you would think that. Absolutely no way. You would think this was a $100 to $150 fragrance. A little bit oody, smooth, a little bit sweet. Just a great fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that smells better in the air than it does off of your skin. Smelling it like this is one thing, and you smell it and it smells good. But smelling it as a person walks by, because just spraying it in the air just then was like, wow. It smells better in the air than it does off of my skin. And what you get again is a sweet, slightly oody, very warm, which I guess why Sun is in the name, but just an easy to wear fragrance. And I know all of the Velvet collection from Milestone they're all clones of, I want to say, the Velvet collection from Dolce & Gabbana. I've never smelled any of that stuff, but I have smelled this, and it is wonderful. 10 out of 10, recommend. Honestly, I've yet to smell anything from Milestone, from the men's collection, that I didn't like. So if you see that Milestone on there and you don't have it in your collection, in my humble, honest opinion, I think it's worth picking up, because it's gonna be inexpensive and it's gonna smell extremely expensive. Again, I'm not the type of guy that wants 55 to 100 clones and cheapies just sitting around in my collection. I'm not. But the Milestones are really, really good and definitely worth the price of admission. Just saying. Another one from the house of Milestone, and it is a great fragrance as well, and it is simply called Taxco. And this is a tuxedo clone. Cannot recommend this enough. Cannot recommend this enough. This is a $14 to $15 fragrance. I'm gonna tell you how good this fragrance smells. This fragrance smells so good that it almost made me want to get rid of all of my lower end citrus style fragrances. Like I talked in the last video, I talked about Hugo Boss Reversed. Yeah, this makes me not even, I may as well sit down with myself, pull out my Hugo Boss fragrances and look at which ones I want to get rid of. Especially reversed, because I don't see myself wearing it. And the reason being is because you have a very natural smelling, easy to wear, citrus, slightly oud, just a kiss of oud, but a citrus fragrance that is $14 and smells like it's a $200 fragrance, and it's $14. And I like Hugo Boss reversed. I was thrilled to get it. I also have Sensual Obsessions version of Tuxedo, and I love it. Between the two, it's gonna be hard for me to put on just your average basic citrus style fragrance anymore. And I'm not talking about like the John Barbados's or the Jimmy Choo Man Ice, not that kind of citrus. I'm talking about, this is a citrus that you wear to a spring wedding. I'm talking about, this is the type of fragrance that you wear if you're going to put on a tuxedo and the weather's a little bit warm. I'm talking about, you know, if my partner called me and tell me he getting married, you know, he want me to hold the rings or whatever it's called, you know. I'm talking about that type of scent is what you have in this $14. And you're gonna smell good, you're gonna smell classy. When you walk in smelling like this, people are going to notice you. And I'm just gonna tell you, it wasn't this one, it was Sensual Obsessions version of Tuxedo, which, I mean, the smell is, they're, you know, identical. I wore it to work. I clocked in at the time clock and I was standing there, and Kevin, which is one of the guys over the meat department, he says, he kind of gives me this look, like him and another guy, and Jason, they're in the meat department. And they both look at me and he goes, "Trey, man, what do you wash your clothes in?" And I said, "Huh?" And he's like, "That smell." He said, "Man, it smells so good." And I said, "It's my cologne." And it was Sensual Obsessions version of Tuxedo. Now the Taxco, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I think maybe the Sensual Obsession smells a little bit better because I've had it longer. It's probably a higher parfum concentration and it's been sitting, maturing. And when you get those high oil concentration fragrances and you let that bottle maturate and that juice is about halfway gone and it's starting to get just a little bit darker, woo, those bad boys get to smelling so, so, so good. I mean, they almost take on a personality of their own. But I say that to say, if you don't want to get one and wait for it to maturate, then pick this up for $14. The first time I picked this up was about 2 years ago. I picked it up, smelled it, and thought, wow, that smells good. But I sit it back down because I thought, you know what? I'm trying to get away from having so many cheap clones in my collection. Came back later on, picked up something else from Milestone, and then realized I had passed this up. Realized what it was, passed it up, and then realized how good the brand Milestone was, and I never could come across this again. 2 years later, I'm in Marshall's, there it sits, and I said, I grabbed it instantly and put it with the fragrances that I knew I was gonna get. And you can wear this scent any time of the year, but it does to me lean more towards spring, summer, early fall, and it is definitely a dressy type of scent. But I mean, you can dress down a fragrance as well as you can dress one up, but nonetheless, that is a absolutely stunning and beautiful fragrance, and I think it's one that you should add to your collection if you don't have it already. And all of these fragrances, with the exception of this one, I purchased for under $20. And maybe the Paul Sebastian, no, I want to say the Paul Sebastian may have been 18, but like I said, it was in a gift set. I want to say it was $17 or $18 for this and a 3.4 ounce bottle with the aftershave. But yeah, I mean, and all of these fragrances demand attention. When you walk in the room with any of these on, you are automatically him, and they are going to feel you and smell you. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm fixing to get off of here. By the time you see this video, it's going to be Thursday night. Yeah, and I'm on my way to work. Got to make that bag. Last day of the week. I hope you all are getting ready for a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I know I am. So with that being said, listen, I love you all, and may God bless you all. Thank you so much for being the best part of this channel and tuning in to these videos. Continue to check in with your boy. Oh, let me see who checked in. I know VA stays checking in with me. California is checked in with me. The Bronx stays checking in. Chicago is always checking in. I need to start writing this down so I can start calling y'all out by your YouTube name and giving you a proper shout out and salute on this channel, because some of y'all are rocking with your boy extremely hard, and I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Alabama's checking in. Bay Springs, Mississippi State checking in with me. Memphis, Tennessee State checking in with me. Man, I absolutely love that. I love that. I love that. I love that a lot. So Birmingham State's checking in. So yeah, I appreciate the check-ins, man. I appreciate that a lot. Also, y'all make your way over. If you haven't seen his newest video, make your way over to the homeboy and brother in frags, Mr. Cheap Scent, aka The Fragrant Life. He put out another video the other day. This is his first video back in quite some time. Y'all go show the homie Mr. Cheap Scents, always cheapo to me, but he's now The Fragrant Life. Go show The Fragrant Life some love. Check his new video out. If you go check it out, let him know you there, because you know the boy Treyway told you to come by and check it out. So with all that being said, listen, I love you all. May God bless you all. Until next time, guys, peace.